Hello, everybody. I suggest you continue watching this episode. Except I'm not a UNT. You can tell because I have a human head, a human body.
You could be a pureblood.
That's true. I could. That's very true. You're not supposed to tell them. Shush.
Hold on one second, Adam.
Does it work?
All right, I'm good.
Damn it. I wonder, does the UNT ability work over like the internet? Could a UNT stare into their webcam and suggest that you subscribe to their Twitch channel?
They would be the best Twitch streamers.
Fuck, I wish I was a UNT.
But
that would be awesome.
Look, the problem with it is, right, like, you have to define a target, right? So are you targeting the internet? Like,
no. So what you do is at the beginning and the end of every single stream, you just suggest that people subscribe. We do it already. We just don't have any evil snake magic.
That's true.
So as soon as people tune, be like, "Thank you for tuning in. Please subscribe to my channel."
Well,
and you
it's
just
a
do
one
it.
person. Like it doesn't.
Also,
range 30 feet.
Y'all are missing the most.
The camera's
important
only
detail
like
here.
5 feet away from me.
I'm pretty sure having a snakehead is against the new terms of service.
God damn it!
But
like, that's why
that's
you're a pureblood, because you can't tell them apart from humans.
How many times can you want to use suggestion?
3 times a day.
So three people a day, you would be able to.
Well, no, but see,
suggest
that's the question, right? Is that this is where when we add this in, like, is it based on? Because it's not based on perception. I don't think you could target it. Would be the problem, is it? Because I can't see the people I'm addressing.
Eye contact with you.
You could do it. You could do it with like a call. Like I could do it. I could probably do it to any of the 4 of you, one at a time. But not like your audience as a thing, because you can't.
Well, but even that is a problem, because how do I know if you're making eye contact with me?
It doesn't say eye contact. Eye contact's not a prerequisite.
Oh, okay.
No. You just have to be able to be, again, but Dave brings up a good point. You're not 30 feet away from me, but you kind of are. Like, you might as well be for all the intents and purposes of the spell.
I mean,
So
you just go to conventions, and 3 times a day at the convention, you tell the people, subscribe to my
Listen, if I could cast Suggest, I would quit my job and I would go rob banks and I would take over corporations. Like, I would become a much more powerful individual than I currently am. Because
if the internet counts, could you get a really long telescope or pair of binoculars and the end of the binoculars, like, as the focus point for the spell?
I don't know. I think it's literally how far you are from the target, regardless of perception.
Tie a telescope to a 10-foot pole and like hold it out.
Yeah,
just like look through it, like look into my eye.
But yeah, the suggestion spell, and the thing, and this came up. The suggestion spell, Ishi, you do not know that magic did this to you, right? Because it's one of the few spells that doesn't explicitly say like you realize as soon as it's over. So like obviously you know that
gazed into my eyes and told me to do a thing.
Yeah, your dead snake friend. So what is the scene?
Concentration. The spell is over, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. You don't feel. You don't have to protect the corpse, obviously, but like the feeling of wanting to do it, you remember it as being your own feeling, like that it was a good idea. Anyone that observes you could be like, that was magic, and you could probably be like, yeah, that probably was, but you don't know innately, is all I mean. So yeah, we fade back in, and what's everybody doing? Where are you? Are you all back around the fire? Are you examining the corpses?
Little Fox has dragged all the corpses into this room of the thing.
No, I've got my own one over here, and I've just dragged it over to the fire, and I'm just putting the snake heads in the fire. I was like, yeah, bite me. Bite me on the
okay.
I like have at this point, like I went to go be like, oh, you've already got this, and I came back to the fire like on the lookout for other snake people, and I see Malik doing this like as I'm like kind of like prepping. What is cure wounds? Is that material somatic? Verbal. So I'm like prepping the somatic parts of the cure wounds spell and like going around the corner to like touch Malik, and then I see him like, and I'm just.
Yeah, I think I'm trying to pull one of the arms off it, like the snake arm off. But I'm not strong enough.
And like I think it probably just like, you know, dissipates. Like I don't cast it because I'm just like, are you all right, Malik?
Yeah, turns out I don't need healing. I'm fine. Kill infinite amount of snakes. I'm just looting this one now.
I like nod and then like say, I think that one's thoroughly dead, and move to like take it away from me.
was like, yeah, I already looted it. That's what I was doing.
I'm
Has
moving
it got
it.
anything on it?
No, just their weapons, their arrows, and then I don't actually think they're wearing any armor. They just have scales. I mean, you saw them. They're shirtless, slightly oily.
Yeah, I move it like into the room where I saw Little Fox
Shirtless and slightly
dragging the bodies.
Do I need
The
to show you the art again? Look how sexy these dudes are.
The fish whip coils around my neck and just like pets my face. It's also a snake now. I don't know.
It's a kind of fishy, whippy guy. Let's see.
How long does fish whip
Oh,
last?
Look at how handsome.
So naked. It's great.
He's not that naked. He's only like
He's like half naked.
Yeah.
That's an
How
amount of-
thick are the snakes for his arms?
Oh, it only lasts for a minute. Never mind. The fishy whip
they're
says
like
goodbye.
they're arm thickness snakes.
It's
Wow,
like,
those
this
are
is-
really thick snakes.
How thick is an arm?
Those snakes are like THICC thick.
No, because they don't have hips or a booty.
Yeah.
at
There is no
all.
booty
They're
here.
not.
There's no
Yeah,
snake
you don't.
booty.
You can't be
They're-
thick with no booty.
Their
can't
booty is the shoulder of the guy that has them for arms.
Listen.
I don't.
They all look whatever. There's body
Correct.
diversity among the Yuan-Ti. This one just
They
happens
are
to be super fucking
abominations.
ripped. Yeah, no, they're not the cool snake boys.
So we got them all, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, good.
Next time, like,
Next time, what, Malik? You were asleep for like 3 hours.
guess. I was gonna say to wake me, and
I
then
was just-
I was thinking about like, I mean, I was gonna say like I don't like being bitten awake, and then I thought of that. Look, I'm really injured right now. If somebody could fix that for me
I
before we
thought
move.
you said that you didn't need any healing.
Yes, well, maybe.
Arcturus is like already like on his way into his like sleeping bag.
Forget you.
Maybe I can just sleep it off then.
I mean, if you would like, and he
I mean,
sits up
yes.
a little bit, and you're not going to put my arm in the fire.
No.
It's a good practical joke. You know, when someone's sleeping, you put their arm in a fire and they wake up screaming. It's funny.
Okay, well, I'll cast Cure Wounds on you so that if we get attacked again in the night, you have a fighting chance. Oh, got a 1. 12
Thank you.
12 points of sprucing up for your butt.
So these are the things that inhabit this city now. We're expecting to see many more of them.
Probably. Like a lot more.
Yes.
And it looked like I couldn't see exactly what you were doing over there. Be aware, these things can charm. So and the best way of fixing that is attacking the one doing the charm. So if we communicate to each other, if someone's charmed, then Nishi doesn't have to get upset about her new friend.
Wait, Ishi made a friend.
There's
When-
just a significant glance between Little Fox and Ishi. When you're like, they can charm people, and Little Fox is just like,
Are we? Can I sleep now?
I don't know. Can you?
Yeah.
Arcturus just like passes out.
I didn't realize you were a third grade teacher, man. Like, damn.
Yeah, got him. Technically correct. Yeah.
Yeah, let's go back to sleep.
All right. So who was doing the predominant, like it was Little Fox that was doing the looting, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So Little Fox, the one thing that you find of interest, the snake that I'm gonna need to make a roll. Hold on, let me see. Malik, what's your spell save DC?
16.
Okay, I'm gonna let's give this. It's not magic. Okay, I'm gonna roll, and if it's 16 or better, nope. Okay, so you find the crumbled remains of what used to be a beautiful longbow, but it's been burnt and ravaged by fire.
I like the bow arms, like little snakes.
Yes, yeah, it's like scaled, and it has like you find 2 like tiny amber gemstones, but they're cracked from the heat. Yeah, Turns out, fireball.
So it goes when you kill it with fire. You
So
know.
it goes. Yeah.
You deserved it.
Yeah.
So Little Fox will resume her watch and let everyone else go back to sleep, and then take her turn when her time comes.
Okay. All right.
Okie doke.
So the rest of the night passes. You were not interrupted for more than an hour, so you all get your long rest, and you awaken fresh as a jungle daisy. It is raining. You are in the city of Omu. Exits are out. Where do you want to go?
Go
What do you wanna
out.
do? Okay, you go out. You're in Omu. There is a snake here. So yeah, where do you want to go? Do you want to like take a minute to like to figure out anything, or you just set out into the jungle?
Well, we don't actually have this like top-down view. We don't actually have this.
You have enough of a top-down view because you came in over the cliffs and like looked down over the city.
Yeah.
So you have enough that you can kind of remember where stuff is. You can tell me where you want to head and stop
You know
along
where-
the way.
We go
You know
here.
where, you know where I think Rassen's
Everybody gets before we continue. Everybody gets 875 experience.
cool. You know where I think Rassen's gonna be? In the ruined palace, because he seems like that kind of guy that have that kind of ego.
I say knowing nothing about Rassen's.
Yeah, but it's a good guess. He's a snaky overlord. So
yeah.
And where do we think the ruined palace is?
Well, the entire city is ruined.
That building way over there, the one with the big circle.
That would make sense. Having like a noble district, a slightly more
that
well-defended
the
place.
place with the big circle looks vaguely similar to the marketplace in Nyanzaru. Perhaps that place above the steamy pits. And I point to the pillar of
That's lava. You don't want to swim in that. It's bad. It's hot, and it'll kill you.
right, you probably would never have. I mean, the bottom of the. We talked about how the elemental plane of water has like surfaces, right? You're not living in floating bubble cities. So like, wherever it borders the elemental plane of fire.
it does it. It's a cross.
Oh, that's
Isn't
right.
it
It's
like
a cross.
pillar?
Yeah. You've never seen lava before in your life then.
I
You have
never
no
seen
idea
lava
what this hot red fire water is.
I thought it was just a color of water.
Yeah. It's the sequel
Nope.
to The Shape of Water.
I mean, you can swim in it if you want. You can just heal yourself after. I'm sure we'll be fine.
Yo, I didn't know they had fire water here, Adam. Like,
Yeah.
Get lit on some fire water. Let's do this.
Yeah. It's tore up.
Well,
So what do you think? We can't just stand here. We gotta go in there eventually.
My suggestion is that we make our way down the what appears to be boulevards, and perhaps the road will lead to the palace. I don't know.
walking down the main street is the surest way for us to get ambushed by anybody who lives in here. But
Perhaps if we allow them to capture us, they will take us to Ross and see.
sure, you can
I'm
absolutely offer yourself.
That is a cunning plan. I like it. Let's do that.
No, it's a terrible plan.
You're right. They would
and then-
probably just murder us.
And then we can bust out from our binds and be all like, haha, you thought we were trapped, but we weren't. We were actually not trapped somehow. I don't know how that works yet, but we're working on that part of
That
the plan.
sounds like a delightful story. Ishu.
First part of the plan will be getting captured.
Do you
Okay.
remember how long it took you to
Can
get
you
out
look
of
at the
those-
bodies laying around you of the clearly servants of
I
Ross and C?
point at the fellow who I was charmed to, the
Mhm.
smoldering corpse, and I could be like,
See, he could have captured us. It would have been fine.
Perhaps you can, Malik, you were dismembering that other one. You can take off the head of one and, put it vaguely where your head is, and then use your cape to look as though you were and then just go right in.
That's not actually the worst idea.
He doesn't have
You
enough
hollow out
muscles.
a snakehead.
He's not as big as these guys.
It's true. Yeah. He's like lying there. He's dead, but he's still flexing. Posing for his Instagram.
I'm not sure that it would be
His name is Ricardo.
possible.
He had like 200 followers. Okay. And you killed him.
oh, damn.
We should just move forward to that set of buildings, see what is there, and, continue onward.
Yeah.
Yep.
Also, Adam,
Yeah.
these snake people don't use Instagram. They use Rossbook.
Nice. Or Snapchat.
Well, we could survey the area by the ground, or I could have a look. Otherwise,
You just want to use the thing where you fly, huh? You just want to do that.
when did I tell you I could fly?
I don't know. You're talking about having a look from above. It's pretty easy to intuit. Mage guy flies.
Wait,
I'm not an idiot.
you could fly this whole time, and you
No, I just learned it.
from who?
Innate magical dragon
Probably
powers.
from the flying
Damn.
we did.
Little Fox is in hell right now.
Yeah. Everybody except Little Fox mark inspiration. Little Fox, you're in hell. There's no inspiration in hell.
I really like
Little
that
Fox.
plan, Malik. I really like that plan, except for the fact that when you float over the city like an angel of doom or whatever, the like 17 million UNT that live here are gonna be like, I wonder what that is floating over the city. A
They
human
do
shape
have
object."
longbows. That's true.
Would it change your mind if I said I could make you fly as well?
No, I don't want to get shot by stuff.
Well, we should move forward to those buildings, or would you like to spend another night here and just
Yes, no, next buildings, let's go.
Okay.
slowly work our way through the masses of UNT that come at us in this place? Yeah, we're
Alright.
gonna go down to here. And
Okay,
see what's
so
there.
everybody needs to make an athletics check to safely climb down this this embarkment. There used to be stairs here, but they've like washed away.
Let's
So you get to the edge of an escarpment, and everybody climbs down.
13.
How far is it down?
I don't know, like 30 feet.
All right, teleport down.
You can use a spell slot. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Bloop. Okay.
I'm saving all inspiration, all further inspiration for you on two
Charm spells. Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you want to search through these buildings?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you set out to these nearest buildings and begin to search through them. Let's get a roll. I need somebody to make a roll. I'll
It's
let you do
me.
it. Anybody roll percentile dice for me. Somebody roll a d100.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, this is not an investigation check. This is just like time spent.
Sure.
Nailed it.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Luke.
So this first building, the set of buildings that you go in, it takes about a half an hour to dig through. And you're searching through, and it's like choked with vines. Part of the wall is collapsed. And let me see what you find. 1, 2, 3. Arcturus. Okay, Arcturus, you as you're walking through the area, you're like stepping over a vine. One of the vines constricts and tries to grab your ankle, but you manage to like jump. You manage to jump free before it squeezes you, and you look and you can see writhing around in the plants the familiar shape of an assassin vine. You seem to have just come too close to it. You can like warn your friends; they're not close enough, and you could all back off and be like, "It's not happening."
Was this like the first thing?
No, this is just during the search.
What does the building look like it is? Like what, like
You cannot tell. Like it could be a residence. It could be like all it is walls now, and like maybe some like shards of pottery or whatever.
You should ask me.
But
yeah.
Arcturus, there's a killer plant. What are you gonna do?
I yell and I jump backwards and I probably like wave my hammer in the air as though it were still attacking me.
Mhm.
And yeah, I'll be like the vines, and you know, I'm just waving my hammer in the air, I've got my shield, probably like closing my eyes a little bit, jump backwards. So yeah, I've let you guys know, but we can make the decision.
Okay,
Yeah.
stay away from that.
So after so you can avoid it. You can just be like, oh shit, nope. Okay, the assassin vine lives here, and you can see bones lying all around. And like once it's clear to you that this is a place an assassin vine has made its home, that's it for these buildings. Like there's nothing else to find here. It's just a place where you could go to die.
But it used,
Like so many places here.
Is it a place where you could go to die, Malik?
So after After divine intervention, you wanna move on and check those other buildings?
These ones here.
Yeah.
Okay. Malik, none of these buildings are like special enough to have a purpose to tell you. Like they're just generic like buildings that you would find in a city. If you find one that has a specific purpose, I'll let you know. But these are just like I said, houses
Yeah.
or workshops. Nothing special. And as you move from each one, you can just be like, oh, this is probably where they made food, and this is a domicile. It's not that you don't know. It's just that there's no special purpose besides housing human, and they're all human made.
To do that is special for me. Thank you for humoring me.
No, of course, and it's important too. So yeah, you search that block of buildings. Yeah, cool. Okay. So
Yeah, when we get
what
to the
else?
secret treasure vault, you let us know, Adam.
Well, when you find a building that is like noteworthy, I'll tell you. But you can still search through the other ones.
I reckon this one is going to be noteworthy because
Treasure vault. But yeah, we'll go through the next building here.
Okay, go
Yeah.
search through those next ones. Okay, all right.
I have one point of order that I would like to submit to you,
Yeah.
which is though we spend a normal amount of time searching, the time we spend moving through the jungly bits in between buildings
Yeah.
and stuff throughout the course of these days of searching,
Yeah.
we're moving twice as fast as a group normally would.
Yeah. Can you read that ability for me?
Nope, because I don't have my book with me right now.
Okay. Yeah, that's true. Because I don't know if it
It's
actually
just
does.
anytime we're doing like overland travel.
But this is an overland travel, is the thing.
I mean, okay, yeah, no, if that's fair too.
Yeah, this is like so the game the adventure calls out that you can only move at a rate of 200 feet for every 5 minutes. So you're fairly slowed down. You're picking through. So
yeah, it'd be a ranger ability to increase that, right?
yeah, because this is like difficult terrain, like tangling you. We're not zooming out.
Okay, right on.
So basically, you get like a certain amount of per day like light. And it takes about a half an hour to search a block of buildings, and then you can move around in the time. So you spend the first little block like moving down into the city. You spend another block of time, another 30 minutes looking through the this set of buildings. Then you move on to the next. So let's have you roll. Somebody roll another D100. We'll see what we find in these buildings. Malik, you move into these ones, and they are much like the last. Oh, that's a high roll. All right, so you got a 99.
Treasure house.
So, in this building,
T-Rex.
as the group of you approach the building, you find a strange greenish mold growing on the outside walls. The mold grows to about hip level, but no higher. You can see spores kind of like dotting the outside edge, and yeah, and there's like the spores. It's very much the fungus is very much alive. You can see it kind of like throbbing gently.
Ooh, stuff
I've
that
seen
grows.
a movie about this. It's Annihilation. Leave. There's bears here.
They're just
stuff that-
spores. So this is on the outside. Do you want to go in and look around?
I definitely do.
Okay.
100%.
Okay.
Uh,
So
Little
that-
Fox has had some bad experiences with fungally things and musks and whatnot, so she's gonna wait outside.
If you're going to explore this, perhaps that spell, that protection from poison, might be a good precaution.
Can I like take a look at the mold stuff and try and suss out if it's poisonous? Like maybe like touch it and
yeah, you want to make a nature check?
Yeah.
Okay.
That speed thing made me think of something, by the way, Adam.
Yeah.
The urchin secret is, or urchin feature is city secrets. You know, secret patterns and flows through cities that you can find passages through urban sprawl that others would miss. When you're not in combat, you travel between any two locations twice as fast. So I don't know if this counts for that because it's a city. and
Yeah,
urban
it
sprawl.
was a city. It's like a tumble down ruin now.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean the thing that's interfering with our travel is not city stuff.
yeah, it's like
Right.
vines and all that
Alright.
shit. Yeah.
I just mean like city layout stuff, maybe alleys. and
Yeah, I mean, you have that as a thing, but it doesn't. You can't move fast because it literally calls out the vegetation as being a thing that slows you down.
stuff. Cool.
I got an 8.
You don't recognize it, but I will tell you with an 8, it doesn't look like the other. It's a different color than all the other vegetation you've seen around. You haven't really seen anything like this as since you entered Omu, or really in any of the other jungle ruins you've been either.
All right. Well, it lasts for an hour. Ishi, I will bless you. Like, are you gonna be going in to check on this? Like, be all sneaky like?
Why not?
Then Malik is wise. This place is full of poisonous things, and you are protected for an hour.
Cool.
You have resistance to poison. Yeah.
I go into the moldy building.
Are you sneaking in?
I am.
Okay. All right. Make your stealth roll.
Very sneakily.
Mm-hmm.
27.
Oh yeah, I'm not even. There's almost no way that anyone will detect you. You're very fucking sneaky.
I got an 11 on stealth.
All right, so you come in, and oops, that's not a number. That's an @ symbol. All right, even at a crit, you win. And yeah, you skulk into the set of buildings, and the first room you see more of this like mold growing on things. You see like a fully formed chair covered in like the furry like mold, and the mold notices you when it comes in. Right, it's like little fronds like drift in your direction as you sneak by. The air in here is clear. It's not like fruiting bodies like spraying mold all over the place. But you do hear a faint, like low, repeated humming sound coming from a nearby room.
Can I like peer into the doorway and like see who it is or what it is?
Yeah. You peer around the corner. There are 4 creatures in this room, and they are like kneeling on the floor and then like bowing and humming and then like raising up their little frondy hands. And they look like, I will show you, I believe I have a handout. I think you've seen them once before.
Yeah,
very
Are they
briefly.
veggie pygmies?
They are indeed veggie pygmies.
Yeah, we met some veggie pygmy scouts once.
Yes. Yeah. So you see them. They're without their like riding mounts. They're with thorny mounts. But yeah, I think you have a handout. You do. There it is.
Okay, cool.
So you see a group of 4 of these little guys, and they look like they're praying. They don't notice you.
Okay, I sneak back out to the group, and I say like,
Be quiet. There's a bunch of little plant guys in there. You know, like the ones we ran into in the bush that one time. But I think they're like praying to something or like worshiping something.
We've run into a fair few plant guys. You'll have to be more descriptive.
These ones look like people.
Hold on.
They look dead.
I open veggie pygmies in our Volo's guide like this.
Yeah, like that one.
Do you think you need to get rid of them? They might be guarding something.
I mean, they could be, but also plant people in a room full of fungus. It's probably at a disadvantage to us if we want to go in there, you know, storming the place.
My
They don't look too
suggestion.
difficult.
My suggestion is that we leave them be.
They might have something valuable.
You didn't see anything valuable in that room.
no, it's just fungus covered, right? Like
They don't
everywhere.
wear clothes or fight with weapons. They have like spears made out of sticks covered in fungus.
Unless there's something under all the bed of, you know, gross fungus, I doubt we're going to find anything. I think we bail on this one.
This place has been taken over, as we've learned, by the Yuan-Ti and the undead. I do not think that these are our foes.
Sure.
Just don't want to startle the little guys. They're probably okay.
Yeah, you can avoid them now that you've seen them.
Yeah, I think that's what my plan is anyway.
Okay.
I need to just like murder some random fungus dudes.
Yeah, Little Fox likes the little vegetable men anyways.
Yeah. Okay.
She thinks they're cool.
So across the street or towards the where you want to head now?
Across the street. Right here?
Yeah, that works.
That sounds good.
All right.
As quickly as we can through the brush.
Sure. Make another. Somebody make another D100
Sure, I'm on it.
roll. Oh, Malik
We've
beat you to
already
it.
did
Ah,
Close
Sorry.
though.
Close, yeah. Okay, so you spend a half an hour searching these buildings and find nothing of interest. Simply ruins. You disturb some bugs, but
Gross.
nothing else.
Does that count these buildings next
No,
to
it doesn't. No.
Okay.
This set of buildings seems to be like Malik, a larger like manor house, made up of several smaller buildings. You can imagine that in its time, it was probably quite nice.
It's a real shame what happened to this place.
Yeah. Actually, what happened to it is still there's some. It's a matter of some conjecture, because you don't actually know the whole story of it, but you could certainly learn it while you're here.
Yeah.
Okay, so you want to search this larger house?
Uh-huh.
Anybody who would like to make a roll?
This time you got it, Elf. Sorry, I took it.
It's
from
all
you.
yours, Al.
Oh, sure. All right.
Okay. Same
Yeah.
thing. Yeah. So after half an hour of searching, you find nothing of
Nothing.
value or interest in this place.
So it's been 2 hours ish for you traveling.
2.5 hours. Yeah.
Okay, well would you like to cross a street or continue on this side? There's a walled place that could potentially be defended. I'm in that direction, and I point to the wall.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You present me 2 different directions to go in, and I say we should head left.
Okay, then let's do it. Let's go left.
Okay. So it's a big
How
wall.
tall is this wall?
There's you could climb it, but you can't just go through it.
We'll go around to the
So this looks like a walled estate. This is like quite large. This is all one thing.
It could be a palace.
It's a large compound. And right now you can just see the wall. At one point a long time ago, the wall had a facade of like finer stone, but that facade has all crumbled away and been broken.
So how tall is the wall in front of us?
15 feet. Big enough you can't just peer over it. It's there for privacy and security. Or was.
We could attempt to go around, or one or all of us could just climb the wall.
We don't need to climb it. There's probably a way in. We just gotta follow it around street side.
Yes, going in the entrance in a place that is filled with things that want to kill us.
I'd rather go in the entrance than climb in and then be surrounded by guards.
Either way.
We should stick together either way. I think she's right.
That's what I was
Okay.
thinking.
Well, sure. I attempt to be sneaky as we go around the entrance.
Okay, so the plan is to go like that.
Yeah.
Okay, make a everybody make a stealth check if you're all gonna try to sneak.
Cool.
Trying to be the sneakiest
Me.
I can.
Okay.
I'm at disadvantage. I'll roll again. I forget.
Yeah. Okay, this is perfect. Malik,
I'm 11.
so as you approach the entrance, you smell like smoke in the air. But before you can come around the corner to see what it is, Malik, you hear an accusing shriek from the boulevard up above. And when you turn to look, silhouetted by the rain-mottled sun, you see a group of about a dozen crouching figures. They're about like 4 or 5 feet up because the boulevard is raised above all this other stuff, so it's like a walkway. And they're all crouching in a line on the edge, peering down at you. And you realize with a dawning of fear that it is a pack of very angry-looking baboons who, upon seeing you, begin to shriek and like throw stones in your direction, like pound their chests and like roaring at you as you walk by.
All right, I turn to look at little folks. I turn to look at you instead of doing anything.
Right.
So, I'm going to roll to intimidate these baboons. They are shouting at us. Little Fox just turns and just roars at them.
Okay.
Being like, "No, I am the big scary animal that you should run away from me, not the other way around."
Okay.
I get advantage on this roll.
Okay.
I'm rolling at a -2.
Okay. Okay. All right.
But I get a 14.
So you bellow at the baboons. Let me see. I'll make a wisdom save for them. Okay.
Because the right thing to do right now is leave. Because we will, if it were to come to fighting, it would be bad for them.
Oh yeah, they critically fail and they run screaming. But all of you have noticed, Ishi especially, as the stealth master of the group, all bets that anyone inside the compound didn't know you were here. The monkeys streaking and then this huge roar from Little Fox definitely have signaled your approach.
Well, no need to worry about sneaking anymore.
Yeah, those baboons ruined it for us.
And yeah, Little Fox looks down at Ishi and kind of like does this apologetic shrug, like "Ugh, I had to, like
It's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. It's okay. You did
she looks
good.
a little bashful.
Well, little like pat on the like hairy thigh, I guess. Like,
There.
It's
All right. So as you come around the corner to the gate, you see smoke drifting lazily from the inside of this walled compound. The gate, which you stand in front of, lies in splinters and scorch marks deface all of the buildings inside. Looks like Malik was here. Near the center of the compound is a plaza littered with charred human corpses, one of which is currently being torn apart by a pack of wild dogs. One of them looks up and like snarls at you like, "This is my charred corpse."
Little Fox? Dogs?
Yeah, just the head turn goes round again.
Yeah, and she just like does the like whatever hands at them like, no, we don't want your charred corpse. It's cool.
Mm-hmm.
It's cool, dogs.
So when you say that, all right, you're like, "We don't want your charred corpse." You realize that the corpse that it's chewing on, as well as several of the others that aren't too badly like burned, you can't tell their clothes. The corpse is wearing a long scarlet robe. And part of the flesh that is being gnawed on by this dog has tattoos. It has blue tattoos on it. Several of the other bodies are wearing the same red robes.
oh damn it! I thought it was like that one guy.
No.
That would have been awesome.
No, it is a team of them.
Yes, it's more than one, or was.
Yeah, and Little Fox spots this and scowls. Like, whatever killed these things is very powerful, obviously. So she is changing her body language a little bit to now go back to being sneaky. And so this is in the courtyard, hey?
Yeah, it's just out in the middle of the courtyard. Yeah.
And so there's like a kind of bell-shaped or domed building, and then a big manor house type building, and then some other small ones.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so Little Fox like turns back to the others and is like shrugs, like, which way do we go, kind of a thing.
We may as well.
So you're just gonna like give the dogs a wide berth and not fuck with any of the bodies?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
I don't think
Because that's what they want, right? They just want you to leave their meat alone.
Yeah, exactly, right? If we don't mess with them, they won't mess with us.
Yeah, that's fine. You can give them a wide berth.
All right. I mean, I'm curious, but you know best about animals.
So you want to take the time to search this area?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. There is a thing to discover. Let me see who discovers it. It is Little Fox. Okay, so Little Fox, you move out into the area and you move past this like obvious fight scene with all the burn marks on the walls and stuff. There's blast marks, and like I said, it really does look like Malik was here. Right? Lots of fire magic thrown
other
around.
wizards that did it. Yeah.
And then you come around the corner and you see the corner of a building, and you see a glaive. Do we know what a glaive is? It's a long pole arm with a big sharp thing on the end.
Yep.
A glaive has been thrust into the remains of a burned out pyre. Charred snake skulls and blackened inhuman vertebrae are lashed to the spear. On a wall nearby, in ash, has been daubed a snake curled into a spiral, gripping a circle in its jaws.
Is this a symbol I recognize?
You could make a test to do so.
Like a religion test?
Yep. Make a religion check, but with intelligence. And I will tell you if you recognize it. You do not.
I get an 8.
Yeah, there is something threatening about it. Like it gives you pause to look upon it.
Yeah. So she kind of...
The soundtrack gets a little ominous when you look at it for the first time. But everyone else is sort of split up a little bit. Like you're all within earshot, but no one else has seen this yet.
Well, and what about this glaive? Is it like a cool fancy glaive?
It's burnt. It's burnt up. The sharp end of it, probably the temper is ruined by the heat. Everything is fire blackened.
Yeah, totally cool. I didn't know if it was like the weapon was the big deal or if it was just like they made this big pile of bodies and burnt it. Cool.
Yeah. They put together this. I mean, that's hard for you to tell. You're not a forensic scientist.
But yeah, it looks like they pinned a bunch of bodies in a stack using this thing like a giant toothpick and then burnt them all up.
Yeah, maybe.
That kind of thing. Yeah, something like that. All right. And so Little Fox like puts a hand up to the wall next to the symbol and like looks at it for a bit. and then like carries on searching, I guess.
Okay. You don't tell your friends or bring them over.
I'll tell them when we're done.
Okay. All right. So Malik, while this is happening, you're picking through an area. You've like scared off a dog that was like kind of following you, and you've pushed open one of the buildings, like pushed away some of the rubble, and you're like exploring inside. To you probably like reassuring smell of like burnt wood and flesh surrounds you. And as you shift some of the debris to get inside, you hear a groan from under some of the rubble. You just hear this faint like from under the rubble.
Hello? Groan if you're alive.
Help.
And I like shout back to my companions. I'm like, someone's alive here. Someone survived. And I like try and find where it is.
Man alive. There's
Well-
men alive in here.
Little Fox will come help pry rubble off of.
Yeah, so you run into this
Dead
building,
people.
and it looks like the wall that got fireballed fell over onto someone who was in this building when the fireball happened.
How likely do you think it is? And like Arcturus is definitely like helping, but like how likely do you think it is that this person that we're uncovering has the body parts of some sort of snake? Like as I'm helping, but like,
Yeah, and Little Fox just like shrugs and lifts another huge chunk of rubble and like,
She is supervising.
Yeah, totally.
no, lift those ones first.
So you
You lift that one, it's gonna knock that one over.
you start lifting the rocks and moving everything, and yeah, you uncover someone who is like not dead, but if they weren't making noise, you could easily make that mistake. It is a human man. He is covered in soot and blood. He looks like he's fading in and out of consciousness. Let me see if I have a handout for him. I'm almost certain that I do. So you can see what he looks like. Yeah, here's our boy. And you'll get to know his name, but he'll tell you his name later. Boop. Beep. There he is.
old guy.
Yeah, only like covered in blood and soot. And so you lift Little Fox. You lift a big chunk of the wall, and you see him lying there. And he looks
have
up.
Snakes at the end of his arm.
No, he's made entirely out of non-snake parts. 100% no snake parts. Yeah. So you see this man, and he just groans in pain as you lift the stone off of him.
Yeah, and so Little Fox tries to like make sure that he's not getting pinched by anything or getting squished. Like she starts moving stuff
Mhm.
away.
And I will go to medicine at him.
Okay. Sure.
Make sure that he's not gonna die, or
Okay.
you know,
No, he's
maybe
okay.
he'll
Yeah.
die. Who
Yeah.
knows?
Yeah. I mean, he needs water. He's dying of thirst.
Oh yeah, I give that to him.
He's not
too.
badly injured, but he was pinned, and he has been
I
for
have
some
a-
time.
I have a bag of water skin. I will offer to
Right?
this
Yeah. He
fellow.
drinks from it, and like coughs up some water, and he's got like a clean part of his beard and face now because of the water. But you pull him free, and he's conscious enough to like talk after a few minutes.
How is it that you ended up here? I was not aware that there was anyone yet living in this strange ruined city.
I think you'll find that Omu is full of surprises. I know it has been for me. I thought I was done for. I was
Not
lying
quite.
here, pondering which of the gods I might swear fealty to before I died.
Anyone but Joaquin.
Did you make a decision on that front, or are
It's
you
not
still
going to be
open?
a Justitia. It's honestly not even top 100.
You know, we could change his mind. Whatever, I don't care.
You
Are
must be adventurous. I can
Yes,
tell.
we look, don't we?
Silly, you know what? Joaquin would be okay too.
You're about as mismatched as the closet in a theater. My name is Orvex. And he like tries to lift his arm to like shake your hand. He thinks better of it.
Don't worry about it. You obviously need rest, and I mean, this isn't a great place to rest, but were you traveling with others? Are they the people in the courtyard, or
There was an ambush. Snake men. The UNT found us when we searched this place. I ran in here to hide. My employers are not the discerning sort. I didn't want to be burned alive. A lot of good it did me.
Your employers, would they be the red-robed fellows out in the courtyard?
Yes, Thayans. Wizards, too.
There's a bunch of dogs eating them, but did they have anything interesting or shiny?
I don't know. I never asked.
Fair enough.
So you're a guide, then?
Well, no. No, I couldn't tell you which direction is north if I had a compass in my hand. I'm a scribe, a translator. I was a librarian in Nyanzaru for a very long time. I'm also a greedy man, which I suppose is why I'm here.
Why would
Little
they...
Fox has been drawing the spirally snake symbol thing that she saw nearby in the dirt,
Yeah.
and then just like taps the ground. It's like right near the guy where he's lying. She like taps the ground.
I was
on
like,
the
why
symbol.
would they need a scribe? And then I turned to look at Little Fox and be like, oh, what's that?
Do you say that? Do you say, why do they need a scribe?
Yeah.
He says, well, unless you can understand Old Omuan, you might be in need of one yourself. And I find myself without employers.
Actually, I'm, not too shabby at Old Omoan.
He says
What's
something to you in Old Omuan. You don't understand him.
Not even with the time I spent with what's his butt?
This is like
Well,
archaic Temple Omuan. Remember, you don't actually speak the language.
No,
you
I
know
can just
basic
communicate
stuff.
Basically, I
Yeah.
could say like, and then our Arcturus is just like, well, I'm not that.
What
Which
are
way
you,
to the bathroom? You
Yeah,
say back.
exactly. Où est la bibliothèque?
Yeah, I say, hello, how are you? I am good.
what are your rates?
He rubs his hands together and he says, well,
How about not dying?
I'm in... He,
Sorry,
like,
it's not a threat. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, everyone just stops suddenly.
I'm so sorry. I meant merely that, if you wish to come with us, we'd be glad to have your company, but alone you probably wouldn't survive. That's all I meant. I didn't mean... I'm not...
Just back
I didn't
away
mean to threaten
awkward.
you directly. It was a veiled threat.
Don't listen to him.
Yeah, we don't normally let him talk. He was just close by doing the medicine thing. He can
I'm
leave
so
now.
sorry.
Well, you're lucky my previous employers are generally considered to be the worst sorts of people. This kind of treatment is an upgrade, honestly. But they paid for that right.
I'm so sorry.
25 pieces of gold a day.
A day?
If they had 25 pieces a day, maybe we should go look at their body.
I'm not against that.
So here's the thing, friend. You'd be dead without us. So do we get a discount on the rate?
Yes, of course. Of
That was
course.
my sounded right.
He says, this place is uncharted, unknown by most of the continent. The knowledge to be gained here is unimaginable. If you were to promise me a share of that which we discover, and the rights to publish my findings independently
yes,
when we return.
Definitely that. You can write whatever you want about me.
Now, Ishii, I know you've not worked on joint archaeological projects before. However, I have.
I'm taking a closer look at the thing that Little Fox is still like standing and pointing.
Yeah, and while everyone's talking about rates, she's like tugging on this guy's sleeve and
Arcturus,
pointing.
do you want to make a religion check?
Yeah, I'll check it out because I'm embarrassed that I backed away from the conversation. So.
Yes, you recognize it, definitely. It is the dark sigil of Dendar, the Night Serpent.
Oh shit, we know about
Oh no, it's Dendar.
No, I'm thinking
Oh,
of something.
I think you have to
that?
say it like this, Dendar. So it's
Sorry, I was thinking about something from Court of Swords. I
nice.
don't know
It's
about it.
Dendar the Night Serpent, who actually is in Court of Swords too. Dendar
that's
the Night
fine.
Serpent is an elder evil and a primordial, so not a proper god. She is known also as the Night Serpent, Mother of the Night Parade, Eater of the World.
The Black
Yeah.
Parade.
She is
just
a-
like that song.
She is a Night Parade. She is a goddess of nightmares, who is, by all accounts, meant to rise up from her dark slumber and swallow the earth at some undetermined point in the future.
And
She is
the
sacred to the Yuan Ti and is like an apocalypse goddess.
When I was a young boy, my father took me into the city to.
I cast Fireball on Arcturus.
Cool. Arcturus dies instantly.
I was gonna do the whole and the serpent comes in the night.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. The serpent is the night in this case. Yeah.
Yeah, does this old scribey man have anything to say?
No,
about
no
it?
one has drawn his attention to it. He's talking about
I've-
rates with Malik
she's-
and Ishi.
Little Fox
I
is pulling on his sleeve
no, I
and
had
then
I had
pointing at the
backed
thing
off
and tapping the
from the
ground.
conversation. I was like, "Shit, Little Fox, it's the sigil of the Night Serpent. It's to be expected. Yuan Ti. It's fine. I mean, it's horrible, but
And Orvex nods and he says, best get used to seeing that thing around. These Yuan Ti are particularly nasty. Did you know that there are places in the world where they have their own settlements and they trade as elves or dwarves do?
is
Not-
this one of those places?
Not Rassen Seas, no. They're a cult. An apocalyptic cult, no less. The best sort.
Well, she'll describe now the thing. She says, like, snake bodies burned outside, spear in them. This symbol.
Yes. Well, they may look like monsters, but they have their own beliefs. It sounds to me like a totem of some kind. They honor their dead, as do the rest of us. Though I suspect that my my former companions are being consumed by dogs just now.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, I suppose that's what you get for burying your scribe under half a building.
Or being a thin wizard.
All right.
Now.
Well, Little Fox gets up and goes outside.
And he says, now, the Thayans have a bad reputation. Yes, they're slavers and necromancers, and I have the suspicion that their leader is an undying lich, but Thayan art? If you have never
Wait,
seen
wait.
a Thayan tapestry before.
Wait, scroll back. Undying Lich.
Yes. Where are you from that you've not heard of Zastam?
Everyone
The
knows the
elemental plane of water.
Sounds damp.
It very. These people in the red cloaks. That's why you want to attack them immediately at all times, because they're leaders and
Yes, they're horrific
Well,
people
now, it's
who
hardly...
wage war and
It's hardly
Tails.
reasonable to hold an entire population responsible for the misbehaviors of their leader. It's not their
Would
fault
you?
he's got a monopoly on being in charge.
would you follow an undying lich?
If he paid me well enough, certainly.
I mean, I would say, how dangerous is this lich and how close is it to me? Because the answer is pretty obvious.
Thay is a long, long way away. If we were in Rashami, we'd have a different conversation. But if we were in Rashami, we'd all be freezing to death now.
I'd the ocean can be very cold. I'm sure I'd be fine.
look at a map.
I don't know.
Little Fox is outside chasing dogs away from this corpse pile.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah, I mean, you can make an intimidation check if you want to like scare the dogs away.
Yeah, she's gonna try to scare the dogs off.
Okay.
So again, with advantage. Well,
Ooh, nope.
6.
But I will
Not gonna roll.
give you warning, because like if you push it, they're gonna attack you. Right? They're like growling at you and like, get the fuck away from our food.
How many dogs are there,
Like
roughly?
like a dozen.
It sounds like maybe a fight is brewing outside.
Yeah, you hear a lot of growling.
Wait,
oh.
where did Little Fox go? Be right back. I like scamper out the door to where
Listen,
Little Fox is.
We'll continue talking about this. I have need of your services, but apparently so do they.
You see Little Fox staring down an entire pack of feral, like wild dogs.
And yeah, the hammer's been brought out.
I use gust of wind and I blow them all away.
You could, yeah. All right, sure. So Arcturus comes up behind you. And the dogs all just like they get blown away 15 feet. They just roll like whimpering, and then I think they run off
because that's pretty weird and scary.
Yeah.
But also, Little Fox like at the same time just happens to be like doing a big shout at them.
Gale Force Arcturus just blows the dogs away.
Some of the bodies like also like roll.
Tumble and come apart.
And once the dogs like run away of their own volition, then I would stop.
Yeah,
Well,
they scatter
as
and
an
flee.
added bonus, it would put out the fire because it would deprive it of oxygen.
It might, yeah, it does actually. It extinguishes
Yeah.
candles, torches, and similar flames. Yep.
So yeah, the bodies are smoldering, but they're not like actively on fire anymore. And Little Fox like shrugs and starts kicking some of the bodies over to start looting them.
Malik, before you leave, Orvex puts out a hand, like, help me up.
Yeah, no, I turn and I hear like the whimpering and I say, yes, I suppose, never mind. Here,
Okay.
yes.
So Orvex is real slow right now because he's exhausted. But he comes out last with Malik. Like, Malik, you help him up and he walks out with you. Okay, so yeah, you've scared off the dogs. What are you gonna do?
Loot the bodies.
I I kind of like stand there watching a Little Fox and like go over as if to help, and I'm just like, these people really willingly follow, and I'm just like, why would you how could you just follow a lich? They're here,
He's just like
thousands of
musing
miles
on this
away.
while
I
Little
feel
Fox
like
are actually looting
we're
them.
actually having a conversation too, because you're saying these things, and Ishi's answer is like,
Well, it makes a lot of sense. There's a big strong thing that you can't kill that wants you to do stuff for it. So you do stuff for it so you don't get killed by the big strong thing. It's like pretty basic.
Well, but
So-
how far away is that
So
lich?
when you're saying that, you say that, and Orvex like nods, and he says, "You're uncannily wise for a kobold. Most humans can't grasp that difference."
See, the thing about it is kobold wisdom often has to do with keeping yourself alive. And we're pretty good at that.
Yes, so it seems.
I
Better
thought
than
you were
these
a creature
wizards,
of-
eh?
I thought you were a creature of discernment, Ishi. I thought it was dragons because of their majestic nature.
I mean, it is dragons. They are great and awesome. And I want to see the big one that we keep seeing that I haven't seen since we saw it the
What a
last
lich
time.
would do in a pinch.
I haven't.
Well, what I'm saying is there's a reason one of my plans is to just throw my hands up and cry, okay? Like,
You've
just-
seen
it
elf.
works.
You've seen Elf on a Shelf. Now try Lynch in a pinch. So you're all talking and taking the time to. You want to take another block of time to like dig through the bodies looking for.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
god,
see
it
if
is.
they got any loot.
Does anybody have a shovel?
Yes.
Yes.
I
Okay,
do.
because like burnt corpse duty is all kinds of bad surprises. They're not all so crispy. Like you'll like dig and then you'll find something that still has some organs that aren't like, and it just like gushes and like, oh, it's a mess. You can't tell one body from another in a lot of places.
Real gross.
And
Yep. There's lots of like kicking them over and scattering them about the courtyards.
it looks like for the most part though they were looted already. They have none of them are carrying spell books or wands. You find one with its finger bones all broken off.
Oh, like someone broke its fingers
but-
to get its rings.
Yeah, but Little Fox, you do find on one of them a beautiful ivory smoking pipe that once you brush it off, it has a black wooden like piece you bite on, and then it's made out of some kind of ivory. You can't tell at a glance, but it's like a long spine that ends in a skull facing up, so that the like smoke would drift up.
Sick.
The smoke would drift up out of its open mouth, so it's like its
Yeah.
mouth open. Yeah, it's like the kind of thing that you would find in like a heavy metal head shop.
Yep.
It's worth 25 gold.
I'm gonna
and-
note this on my sheet.
Yeah.
Oh, that looks. It's been a while since I've had a pipe that nice. Because Malik totally smokes a pipe when he's back at.
And so sorry, that was 25 gold.
25 gold, yeah.
Yeah, and Little Fox just like tucks it in her like into like the strap of her backpack or something, so it's just like hanging there, and shakes her head at you like, "You're not getting this."
All right, I don't have anything to put in it anyway.
She also like smells the bowl of the pipe and then like
it's a combination.
Her nose, yeah, because it's super gross.
It's a combination of like, yeah, fairly strong, fairly dank halfling pipe leaf, but also like burnt human flesh.
Yeah, exactly. And
Like-
she's like, "Oh, okay, yeah," and just like,
Yeah.
yeah, and she like shakes her head and does the like. Oh,
So
no.
while this is happening, Orvex comes over to you, Arcturus, and says, "So, what's brought you here? To Omu, I mean. Just looking for treasure?"
Oh no. We planned to end the death curse and a person.
I thought we
Oracle.
weren't supposed to talk about that.
You've talked about it.
But you always tell me not to.
Not Malik says. Someone directed us towards this city that Rossensea might be the cause of or related to the cause of the death curse, and they, she, I don't know, has to
Yeah, I think.
die.
Or you mean Rasensi? I don't know.
Rasensi is a man, or was, at some point, years ago.
Well, he, has outlived his life. We're here to kill him, yes.
A noble quest.
And I look around like, I hope that wasn't the wrong thing to say. But like Ichi's been telling everybody and it has ended up poorly so far, so whatever.
Yeah, Malik just shrugs. We'll be working together to map most of the city too, so I suppose it doesn't matter either way.
If you join up with us, then you're probably gonna fight some stuff.
Or die. I'm sorry, that sounded like
That's not why are you
Everybody
being so
turns to look at
threatening?
Arcturus again.
I just, the likelihood of death when you're confronting a horrid, cursed creature. I'm just warning him that he might be safer not with us. I'm sorry.
Yes.
If my choices are to stick with you or try to find my way back to Port Nyanzaru alone, well, everybody dies someday.
True, technically staying with us is actually safer, which is amazing to me, to be honest.
And besides,
Little Fox gives you a wounded look of like, "Come on, I'm not gonna let you die." She just like looks at you.
I mean, I know I'm not gonna die, but like, yeah.
I'm not a young man, but I am a curious one, and I've come close enough to death to know that I'm not that scared of it. I've no children or grandchildren waiting for me back in the port. I spent my life with books. Learning Old Omuan takes up a lot of time that you could otherwise be using to court the young ladies.
Speaking of Old Omuan, I would love to get a few lessons while we're,
He squints at you and he says, "It's not good business giving away the only useful skill you have, is it? Get me out of here alive and we'll talk. And in the meantime, if you keep me safe and promise me a share of the things that we learn and find here, I would be happy to translate anything that I can find."
that seems agreeable. And besides, staying with us, you're likely to understand a lot more in the presence of an archaeologist and anthropologist than simply a scribe. Specialists.
And he nods as you say that, and he says, "And besides, I don't know the group of you very well yet, but you have to be a step up from the Thayans."
I don't follow an undead lich, for one.
And then he looks at Ishi, "But you might if you were pressed."
Dragons are better.
Well, I think you'll find that Omu, despite its absence of a god, has found plenty of things to worship. Have a seat.
You mean like Ubatao,
He-
maybe?
He gestures to like some piece of tumble down some ruins. He says, "Have a seat. I've a story to tell you.
Well, it's still midday.
Yes, we can have campfire stories.
He shakes his head. He says, if you wish to continue, you'll have to do it without me. I'm on my last legs. If you want me to come with you, like he's to be very like literal. Dude's got 1 hit point and 3 levels of exhaustion. You're gonna just be slowed down if you don't wait at least like a little while for him. He needs a long rest.
Okay.
Yeah,
We can-
that was his like polite way to be like, let me tell you a story while I try to heal a little bit. But you can tell. I mean, he's too like proud to be like, I'm almost dead. Please, like, let me rest.
Yeah, and then we can spend the rest of the day also like searching the compound here.
Yeah, and it's actually a pretty safe place to rest because there's only the one entrance unless you like fly in over the walls.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Suddenly, the winged snake monsters.
Yes. So you all sit a moment, and Orvex or Kramus will regale you with the legend of 9 gods.
Just a minute or a while to listen. And stay.
He would like it if you were to stay a while and also listen while you're doing that. You can take those actions simultaneously.
Right, perfect.
So, would you like a story? Would you like a story time from Orvex or Kramus? Okay.
Yes.
All right.
I want to tell him a story too after.
Okay, good. Yeah, you can take notes in case you need to regale a story later. So he says, long ago, the god Ubtao hardened his heart and vowed to weep no more for the people of Omu. They had grown cold, desiring slaves and gold above all else. And Omu, broken-hearted, turned his face from Omu first. The rains stopped, the jungle withered and died, and death swept through Omu. One morning, a wise Zorbo emerged from her hollow tree and spoke to the dying Omuans. To convince Ubtao of their worth, she decided to cook for him a stew made from all their good qualities. Catching such virtues wouldn't be easy, and so she asked a wily Almirage to help her. The Almirage snuck recklessness into the pot, which she saw as a virtue, you see. And when Ubtao tasted the stew, he spat it out at once. From that day on, Obolaka, the Zorbo, and Ijin the Almirage became terrible enemies. At noon, a brave Kamadan hopped down from her rock. She saw the evil in the Omuans' hearts and decided, like a troublesome boil, to lance it. She crafted a holy spear, but in her forgetfulness left it by the riverbank, and a crafty grung stole it from her. In her rage, Shagambi, the Kamadan, forgot all about Omu and chased Nang Nang, the grung, forever across the sky. When evening fell, a wily Iblis, they're a sort of crane, you see, stepped out from his reed hut. The Iblis did not like the Omuans, but without them, he'd have no one to play his nasty tricks upon. And so he sent a marsh frog to reason with Ubtao, but the frog was angry and decided to wrestle with the god instead. This amused Ubtao, and so to reward the frog, he gave him tentacles so that he could wrestle any foe. When Kubazan, the froghemoth, there's an old Omuan word for it, but I've forgotten what it is. When Kubazan returned to Papazotl, the Iblis, he chased Papazotl into the swamp with his new tentacles. That night, a Sioux monster broke into Ubtao's palace, and from the god stole a pail of water to give to the Omuans. When Ubtao came running to find it, the Sioux monster hid the pail in a Jakuli's burrow. Ubtao asked the jungle animals where his water was hidden, and Moa, the Jakuli, was too honest to lie. When the Sioux monster, Wongo, found out that Moa had betrayed him, he vowed to catch him and eat him up. All the while, the great snail Unk dwelt deep below the city. The noise of all the other animals fighting made her slither up to the surface. And when dawn came and the light of the sun glistened from her beautiful shell, the light blinded Ubtao and made his eyes water. His tears fell and fed the jungle, and life returned to Omu. And in exchange for all that they had done, the people of Omu built shrines to honor the animals who'd saved them. These shrines yet stand. And until all this happened, until the plague, and the rift, and the Yuan-Ti came, the people of Omu worshipped these 9 gods in place of Ubtao, who had turned his back on them, and who would turn his back on all of Chult.
They worship the grung.
Well, I mean, yes. It seems unusual, but animal spirits have strength here in Chult.
Wait. We heard about this stuff, but that's not important right now. I also have a story that I want to tell you because we're doing stories.
He folds his arms over his chest. He says, "A tale for a tale? I would love to hear whatever story you have to tell me."
I know a story about a man and a crocodile. Yep. So one day the man was trying to get across the river, and the crocodile was in the river.
I used minor illusion to like help her tell the story and make a crocodile and a man.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Like when
Like
she
a
says,
shadow
like,
puppets on the wall. Okay, yeah, continue.
Yeah.
One day there's a crocodile in the river, and the man said, "Oh, Mr. Crocodile, I really need help to get across the river because I can't swim and it's very big." And the crocodile says, "Of course, but then you have to do what I ask afterwards." And the man was like, "Yeah, okay, sure." And so the crocodile carried the man on its back all the way across the river. And then once they were on the other side, the crocodile said, "You said you do what I ask. So what I want is for you to carry me across the world so I can see the whole of the not river parts of the world because I'm stuck in this river mostly." And the man said, "Well, I guess I have to because I said I was gonna and got tricked by the really smart crocodile." The end.
And he's nodding and like listening, and he says, "That does sound like a Chultan story, and not one I've heard before. Where did you learn it, Ishi?"
There was a temple or something.
And let me guess, this temple was full of wily traps.
Mostly, yeah.
I wouldn't say wily. I would say stupid.
He looks at you and he says, "In my years, Malik, I've learned that the line between clever and bullshit is very thin.
Yes.
Well,
Yes,
if
love
you
that
found
bullshit.
a Chultan temple to an animal god, you know what you can expect here in Omu.
More of that kind of stuff.
They say that each of the shrines carries an artifact of some grave significance. I believe they're the key to finding what you need to find here, whatever it is."
So the 9 shrines, right? We saw the graffiti that said that.
He nods.
The 9 shrines. Yeah, Eric V. I wrote that in
And
a notebook.
at the bottom of that list there's Kubazan, which was one of the animals that he was just describing, right?
Andrew,
And Shigambi.
can you, Andrew, bring your mic down here real quiet? Yeah.
Oh, right.
There we go. Hi.
So yeah, we've got Kubazan, bravery, Shigambi, wisdom, Moa, we assume now is like honesty, based on the story.
Mm-hmm.
So we have some clues, y'all.
Yeah.
The
Update
frog
that.
monster is obviously a giant betentacled frog horror.
Uh-huh.
Got that
Unk is the
correspondent.
giant
The
snail.
snail at the end of the story. Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, all these give context to all
So
this
who is Unk?
nonsense.
A giant snail.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Do you want the name? Do you want the names again?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let me find the tale. So just for proper nouns wise, let me see here. You've got a few of them. Also, I can describe, because I didn't want to interrupt his little story, but I can describe what each of those like creatures are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so you know what a Zorbo is? That's Obulaka, the Zorbo, which is like the anti-magic koala, jungle koala.
Yep. Shitty drop bears.
Yeah.
What's it called?
You just wait till I show you what an Almirage looks like. Her name was Obulaka, the Zorbo.
Obo.
Obo
Raka.
apostrophe Laka. Are you ready to see the Almirage?
Yeah.
It's
What's
the
the
fucking
Almirage?
best. You ready? Here it is. Ba-bam!
Oh shit!
What? It's a unicorn bunny with cheetah spots.
That's awesome.
Oh,
So an Almirage is a bunicorn.
oh, what a bun.
So there you
Great
go.
little bun.
That's so the Almirage is Ijin, who snuck recklessness into the pot.
Okay, so Eugene is. I'm trying
Those
to spell
Egyptians
these things.
always coming to Japan.
How do you spell Eugene?
Ijin, yeah. I''Jin. Eugene, the Almirage.
And that's recklessness.
That was it, maybe. And then there is Shagambi, the Kamadan. Is that how it's pronounced? Yeah, Kamadan.
Is that camel cross with a something?
No, it's not, but you're close. Would you like to see a Kamadan?
Yeah.
Yes, Adam. We would like to see all of these animals.
Of course you would.
Shagambi is the wisdom one that
Okay,
it
hold on.
says.
Jesus, I'm overwhelmed with cute animals. Okay, so a Kamadan looks like that.
Oh Jesus,
Not
that's
into
not cute. That's
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 not
a
cute.
pretty cool thing. It
It's
also
not-
has some snake
I mean,
on.
It's like a Medusa jaguar.
It's not quite as
Wow.
cute as the bunicorn.
Oh,
No,
geez.
it's not as cute as a unicorn.
Where
so
are
this
the
is
snakes
this
coming from?
shoulders
It's shoulder
growing out of her
blades.
shoulder blades. Yeah.
Damn.
So yeah, Shagambi the Kamadan, who forgot all about the Omuans and chased Nang Nang the Grung. You know what a Grung looks like.
Well, but Shagambi, it says here equals wisdom. Why would a wise person chase Grung? That doesn't make any sense. This person.
They're
Kamadan-
probably wrong.
Kamadan saw the evil in the Omuans' hearts and decided to lance it like a troublesome boil. Fashioned a holy spear that got stolen by the Grung, which pissed Shagambi off, and then she chased Nang Nang. But remember, the graffiti is just somebody else writing this stuff. So
Wait. This Kamadan, which has paws, somehow fashioned a spear.
it's
Hell
it's
yeah.
it's a story, dummy. Crocodiles can't talk.
Yes, they can.
All right, so that's Kamadan. You know what Nang Nang the Grung looks like? He looks like a Grung. It's called a parable.
Is it like
jackass.
an orange grung or a green grung?
You don't know.
or
You'll have to find out.
Nang Nang.
You know what an iblis or it looks like? They're the big scary.
'cause those big bird things
the
we've
big
already
bird
dealt with.
things. Yep.
Yeah.
I will save what a froghemoth looks like. You can imagine though.
Like a big gross frog with tentacles.
They're actually like properly dangerous as well.
Yeah. So a Sioux monster, which is Wongo. Wongo looks like. Let me add it for you
Oh,
here.
Sue.
SU dash monster.
Sue monster. Got it.
Looks like that.
Oh my lord. Don't pick up those
Fireball that.
monkeys, okay?
Fireball.
So it's like an evil monkey thing.
I mean, I don't know if it's evil.
Yes.
So
Don't you though, Adam?
Wongo stole a pail of water to give to the Omuans because Ubtao was withholding because he's a withholding jerk. And then it was hidden in Moa's burrow. Moa is a jaculi. Anybody want to guess what a jaculi looks like?
Like a jacuzzi.
jackal.
Any other guesses?
It's
Is it a ferret of some kind?
Lives in a burrow. Too honest to lie.
Is it a badger?
Looks like this.
Oh, too honest to lie is not going to
What?
give me an indication of what it looks like.
oh geez, that's scary. That
It's a
doesn't
cool
look
snake.
honest.
Yeah, it's
Why
like a
would it-
bristly snake.
Too honest to lie does not lead me to snake.
Yeah, Moa.
Yeah,
Moa the
no, Adam.
jaculi was too honest to lie. Maybe you need to reassess your snake situation. Maybe some snakes are
We've had some severe evidence in favor
true.
of certain snake behaviors.
Yeah,
Just
and then Unk the great underground snail.
Okay, I've written down the notes from this thing, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 with the snail.
Yeah, so those are going to be the 9 shrines.
Yeah.
It's not like a.
And then each of the
Flavors.
shrines is going to have a MacGuffin in it that we have to collect. And
I'm
since
gonna
there are
guess
9
that
of them,
peanut
and that's how
butter
many
is
you
the
need to form a
pizza.
square, that they probably have little square puzzle things because we have this reference to puzzle cubes.
Yeah.
So this is my guess.
Mhm.
So we gotta go get the 9 MacGuffins and put them in the MacGuffin blender to make delicious.
Will it
MacGuffin
blend?
stews.
That's good logics there. That makes sense to me.
Well, there's a lot of water in Omu now, so we're good.
Yeah, so there you go. So I think learning this story and getting this sort of squared away is a great place to end the episode. So you now know there are 9 shrines, each containing, and if like your buddy Orvex or Kramus said, if you thought that the crocodile shrine was fun, tune in. Actually, these are much better.
Just you
You
wait.
just fucking wait. Cool. All right. So welcome to Omu, everybody. Thanks for coming and watching. I believe we'll be back at our regular time next week. Hopefully we'll be able to start a little sooner, so we'll get the full time. But I'm super excited for everybody to explore Omu. Thanks for coming and
Yes,
hanging out,
that's
everybody. Let's do some shout outs. Let's let everybody know where they can find you on the internet when you are not here doing these things, because everybody does so much cool shit. Let's start with Ishi Snaggletooth, aka my friend Distracted Elf.
Hi. I'm Distracted Elf. You can find me believing that crocodiles are smarter than people over on twitch.tv/distractedelf or on Twitter @distractedelf. And that's not my real voice.
No, it's true. Yeah. Down below, coming to us from an undisclosed mystery location, Andrew, what do you get up to when you're not here entertaining us with smashing?
You can follow me on Twitter @CommutingCrow or on twitch.tv/actualfactual. I'm making a game called Girl by Moonlight about tragic magical girls, and I've got a playtest of that on my channel and on twitch.tv/actualplay that y'all can check out.
Hell yeah. Thank you. Dave?
Yeah. Okay, Blue Jay. I got this. My Twitter is Dave_the_human. And my Twitch is Dave_human. I guess what would be of most interest to people who are interested in D&D stuff is I'm currently working on a new class, which is still tentatively called a summoner. So you can catch some of the streams of me doing that.
Heck yeah. Wicked. Thanks, Dave. Last but not least, accidental death threats provided by Blue Jay.
I didn't mean to.
No, it's good.
You can find me most days at twitch.tv/bluejay or on Twitter @bluejay_712. I just ran my first ever game last Sunday, and not the last one, the one after, I guess 2 Sundays. It's almost 2 weeks ago now. Time flies when you're doing a lot of stuff. But yeah, so I'm making plans to see what's next in terms of like RPG content, but first I have to do my taxes, so who knows when that'll happen. I don't fucking know. Taxes first, then I'll think about
Your bank account needs to make a death save.
Yeah.
Well, cool. That's our episode for this week. Thanks everybody who came and hung out and watched, because we wouldn't do this if nobody watched us do it. That would be weird. We'll be back next week with more. If you want to catch all of us doing other stuff, we play games together all the time. You can find most of them down there on MS Roll20 on YouTube or in the VODs on twitch.tv/Roll20 app. I myself am a game master in other places as well. I run Burning Wheel for these folks on the Roll20 channel, and I run a game called Court of Swords, which is a modified 5th edition game over on twitch.tv/itmejp. Tonight, I'm going to be on my Twitch channel in like an hour, if you're watching this live, doing faction stuff for a sci-fi game called Stars Without Number. You can find that at twitch.tv/AdamKoble. I am done nerpsing at you. Follow me on Twitter at Skinny Ghost. Okay, now I'm done for real. Go and play role-playing games. Everything that you saw here today. My favorite feedback, I love this, is when people are like, this is totally different than how my group did it or how my group plays D&D. Or I feel, someone said in chat earlier, I feel so much more prepared for Omu now that I got to see these guys blunder around in the beginning of it. I want that so bad. That is my favorite feedback. I want you to go and play role-playing games, whether it's D&D or any other role-playing game. Do it. Go start a Roll20 account. Make it happen. We will see you next time. Have a good one. Goodbye, everybody.